Wendy Williams just revealed who controls Hollywood and how she has been silenced after speaking out against the abuse. Katt Williams, Jim Carrey, Dave Chappelle, the biggest stars in Hollywood saw all of this coming years ago and predicted how Hollywood elites would come after your children, your career, and destroy every part of your life if you expose their secrets.
Is a horrible person to me. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's the way he moves with other people. You know what I'm saying? And what's going on with these other people at my apartment in Miami? What are you doing? Oh, you spent on what? And what is going on at Wells Fargo?
According to investigators looking at the Epstein Files, Epstein was connected to some of the biggest music and film executives in Hollywood and the music industry. These elites, including Sean Diddy Combs, have been involved in some of the worst imaginable. And if you don't listen to what they say, they're going to make sure you don't survive in the industry. The crazy thing is that these elites have been saying it openly for years.
They work for us. We have the power. We decide what's hot. If we don't go, nobody goes. If we don't support, nobody supports. We control what's cool. We control what's hot. We control what your kids listen to, what they dance to. We control what's in video games. We control how they wear their pants, sag their pants. We control everything.
Countless victims have spoken out about the abuse they received while they worked in Hollywood. Directors, producers, and music executives would force young actors and models to give up their integrity and self-respect if they wanted to be successful in the industry. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and Diddy spent decades abusing underage minors. No one even tried to stop or report them. This industry is built to protect abusers.
Had me over to the house of where these perpetrators in this ring kind of basically started. They'd pull me away for their threat sessions and tell me they have gaydar, they have this. At the end of the day, if you don't keep the members of this group happy, we control Hollywood, we can eliminate you, we will eliminate you. Threat after threat after threat. At the house it was, I've had put in drinks, I had liquor poured down my throat from being where there were rules in the house of no swimsuits, no clothes out by the pool area. I was numerous times in that house by numerous individuals, various types of sex, all throughout that house. It was just something, you were like a piece of meat to these people, and they'd pass you around between them. It was, if I could define what that house was, it's evil.
Wendy Williams was the face of talk shows. For years, she dominated daytime television because of her personality, her unfiltered commentary, and her willingness to say the things other hosts wouldn't. At the height of her success on The Wendy Williams Show, celebrities feared her Hot Topics segment because nothing was off limits. But in recent years, insiders claim that Wendy has been forced to live in a mental health facility, being force-fed just because she decided to expose Diddy for the person he really was. Long before any official investigation ever started, Wendy knew that Diddy was a bad person.
A series of depositions that not only prove that she's being held against her will, but also threaten to dismantle the Hollywood PR ring's sinister web of coercion and control. We've got the tapes, and they're shocking. It's clear that Wendy is currently living in fear for her life. They're locking up a mentally stable woman who holds incriminating evidence against some of the world's most powerful people, and they're doing it in broad daylight in front of the entire world.
Wendy Williams is locked in a room in an assisted living facility in New York. That's her. The only way I could interview her was to have a camera in the street, because we can't get a camera in. She can't really have any visitors. She cannot go outside. She's been out twice in the last 30 days. She has no internet. She, and I think rightly, says she feels like a prisoner.
After Wendy Williams was diagnosed with dementia, the industry pushed her away, calling her crazy, trying to discredit everything Wendy had said about these very elites. They wanted to make it look as if Wendy was crazy and couldn't be trusted. For years, she was kept locked up and labeled as a mental health patient. Now, court-ordered doctors have proven that Wendy never even had dementia in the first place. It was all an excuse to silence her voice.
Wendy's guardianship seemed to be extreme. I spoke to her several months ago, and she just sounds like the same Wendy. Yes, is she quirky? Sure. Is she eccentric? Sure. She always has been.
And now a new revelation. Her team says a new medical evaluation ordered by Wendy's court-appointed legal team finding she does not have frontotemporal dementia.
Yes. She does not have frontal lobe dementia. So that should be game, set, match.
Gene Deal, Diddy's ex-bodyguard, confirmed that Diddy is the reason Wendy Williams was blackballed from the industry and labeled as crazy. Diddy launched a smear campaign against Wendy Williams, killed her career, forced the rest of the industry to not hire her, and then had her misdiagnosed and sent to an asylum.
What people don't understand about Puff is that he held the entertainment grip, especially for the people who was his former artists, in a chokehold. If you didn't do what he say do, if he didn't like you, you would never ever work for Bad Boy or anybody in the entertainment business again. He did it to Kirk Burroughs. You understand? He did it to Wendy Williams. He did it to a lot of people, bruh. So now her going back is just wanting to get food on her table, keep a roof over her head. Because nobody was probably telling her, yo, I can't work with you. I can't deal with you unless Puff say so. I'm not gonna work with you. I'm not gonna do anything, because they didn't want to make him mad because he had enough power in the business to stop her.
Now,
and see, people, in my last video from the regular G Reacts channel, we actually talked about Gene Deal, how he knew everything. That was actually Puffy's bodyguard. That was him right there. But hey guys, it's your boy G Reacts. We back with another banger. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. This is the More G Reacts channel. I'm glad you made it over here. Let's get right into this. It's crazy how she actually was misdiagnosed and she still has a conservatorship. Like they're silencing her, and it's beyond disgusting. She came out about Diddy. Diddy got her fired before and everything. Like, this is beyond disgusting.
Here's the thing. We've seen the same playbook over and over again. Katt Williams actually warned anyone who dared to expose Hollywood that the entire industry would come after you. It's not even just the industry. The second that Katt Williams started exposing Hollywood elites for being pedophiles and sex offenders, he started being arrested and harassed by the police too. Right. They even tried to take Katt's children away.
Yo, man, Kat, you cool, man? How you doing?
I'm cooler than a fan, man. They took my children from me.
Yeah, I mean,
how terrible is that?
I did want to ask, the cops, allegedly found some guns.
Yeah, they always find guns. I never leave without. My girlfriend. I'm on the middle of an interview, sir.
Sorry about it. Look, they found guns and drugs. Now, drugs. That's what it was reported.
Sir, you can look at my paperwork. There was no drug. Weed is not a drug.
Yeah. I mean, do you think that's safe for kids to be around guns and stuff like that? I mean, I'm just curious.
How do you keep this kids safe without guns? They were in a lockbox that the police broke.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm
saying, if the police come in and raid my place and break into my gun boxes, you're gonna find guns. But these aren't. Well, I'm not in a gang. What difference does it make?
Now, you were actually stopped for this and let go because you have a license for it.
No,
right?
This is their 9th time coming to my house. The problem was this time they came to my office and took my kids from an office. Not from my house, from an office. So now when I can't have my kids at my office,
that's an issue.
I must be the most terrible black dude. Because here's the whole thing. You're gonna charge me with child endangerment? After I adopted 7 children and had them for 14 years in this state? Really? You coming after my kids now? Because it was already a witch hunt. Now you want my babies? Yikes.
These elite.
And you notice who was doing that interview as soon as he left. TMZ. We know how evil they actually are.
Control everything. If you come after them, you'll be arrested, your bank will freeze your account, and your career will be ruined. Jeffrey Epstein agreed to name the elites that worked with him, and they managed to get him in the most secure federal prison in America. That's how powerful this group actually is.
Epstein was
the same claims that most people would have called.
And we're going to do more deep dives on that, because whether or not Epstein is dead has been debated, but we're going to get to the bottom of that on this channel and on the main G Reacts channel.
Crazy years ago are now appearing inside official Epstein files. The truth is that both Diddy and Epstein were part of this group, and they were supplying more victims to be. Notice how Epstein's client list and Diddy's freak-off tapes never got exposed. Court documents prove that both Epstein and Diddy were young women, but no names ever came out, nor were any arrests ever made. Just who were the people that Epstein and Diddy were speaking to?
Everybody is a supplier. Epstein, Weinstein, like these guys knew what these extremists liked and provided it, and provided the way for you to to have $1 billion and not create a fantasy island type environment. has not existed throughout history.
Right. I mean, if I was going to run some global power organization, I would try to co-opt every single leader, try to suck them in, offer support, bring them out to wherever I have my big-ass meetings, fly everybody in private jets, talk about the climate crisis.
All organizations have to follow the same rules.
Yeah, that's wild.
Recruitment is an important facet of all. Like,
we have to get some young global leaders.
Well, understand, this is the only reason that we can talk about these big Illuminati-like entities at this period of time. It's just because of time. Like, they aged out. Like, you can't get in new, so everybody got decrepit over there, and they can't exchange, really.
It's clear that Epstein was communicating to his clients in code words, and you can see clearly that they're talking about cannibalism in these files. There are over 52 references to and 6 of cannibalism throughout the document, claims investigators dismissed without corroborating evidence. In these same sentences, words like beef jerky, pizza, white whale, and grape soda all appear in situations where they just don't make any sense. A forensic expert would later come out to say that these were likely euphemisms for something much, much worse.
The babies, the code words in the emails, literal emails of Epstein and Bill Gates. Like, these are known entities starting to talk about jerky. And then they're talking about the intestines of babies. They're talking about cream cheese. Like, I welcome anyone to prove me wrong because I hoped to fucking hell this is not true. But when we mentioned jerky, that was the more elite meat is what I'm interpreting this as. There were emails from people, redacted names again, saying, hey, I have 68 pounds of jerky in my freezer. I'm not sure what to do with it. There were emails of, I need more jerky. I'm going to send it to the lab. When he knew they were coming after him, they knew they were going to come arrest him. He ordered 330 gallons of sulfuric acid, which is which is how you would dispose of And there are mentions, and now Congress is actually speaking about it. They did this week, spoke about Zorro Ranch and how there's so many mentions of bury them in Zorro Ranch, leave them in Zorro Ranch. Now that's 7,000 acres of land that Jeffrey Epstein owns in New Mexico. And it's actively working right now. And then just to add to that, the chef that was making the jerky, that was sending recipes, that was on the island was Francis Derby.
Who's that?
Francis Derby owns the restaurant
What?
Yes.
Wait, there's a restaurant called
Cooking.
Is it actual camp? No, it can't be. That'd be illegal.
It can't
shut
be,
down.
But is it so tongue-in-cheek? Did they think they were so fucking smart that they could go that far?
At the same time,
in the Zorro Ranch, they're actually actively searching the Zorro Ranch in Mexico. The authorities have gotten together and they are now searching the ranch. And on top of that, we're actually going to do a reaction on that, maybe on this channel or on the main channel. We'll see, but I'm definitely going to react to that. Let's keep going, y'all.
These emails show that Hollywood elites and billionaires were regularly coming over to Epstein, Zorro Ranch in New Mexico City. This case is now the subject of a new investigation after chilling claims about the bodies of 2 foreign girls being buried at the 7,600-acre property emerged. The document, dated July 19, 2019, just days after Epstein's arrest, was an FBI report log that included details of a call taken from a retired New Mexico State police officer, whose name has been redacted. This officer told the FBI there had been a lot of high-profile people seen frequently at the ranch.
We're finally getting to look inside Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch in our state through some new photos. Epstein and his estate owned the Santa Fe County property until 2023. That's when former Texas State Senator Donald Huffines bought it. Now, these new photos of the property are from an insurance company, and they were taken when Epstein was still alive. And you can see just how big the property is, multiple offices, cabins, barns, buildings. I mean, look at the large pool inside. Then you have a great room right there with that huge chandelier. At the time, there was also a fire truck, tanker, and trailer on the property, as well as a firehouse and storage facility. Meanwhile, there is a growing memorial on the property's outskirts paying tribute to Epstein's victims and survivors.
I can't imagine what they had to endure. I wanted everybody to know that New Mexico was strong and that we would represent these victims, living victims, survivors.
To give you an idea of just how insane some of the things happening on Epstein's Zorro Ranch and Island were, emails show that the day of his indictment, Epstein ordered 330 gallons of sulfuric acid. One tweet about the situation reads, "A trapdoor to the sea, ordering 50 human teeth, ordering 330 gallons of sulfuric acid, dental equipment, a dentist chair, code words like jerky for flesh. This was more than a trafficking and pedophile ring. Epstein was a serial Mo. How many missing persons are there who took one-way trips to Epstein properties? He probably bought the human teeth to test how long it takes the sulfuric acid to dissolve them.
Here's one of the craziest ones.
Crazy.
The day he was indicted in 2018, the very next day he ordered 330 gallons of sulfuric acid.
What?
Yes. He ordered 6 55-gallon drums of sulfuric acid to be delivered to the island. And so there was a lot of people online saying, oh, that was probably for his desalination plant. It's probably like a regular thing they need to order. So then someone else did a deep dive and said, no, this is the first time this was ever ordered.
I checked that again. I saw there was 2 other ones.
Oh, there was 2 other orders?
2017 and 2015.
Oh, so that guy was wrong.
The first one from that company, potentially.
Ah, that makes sense. So maybe it was for this desalination equipment, but also that's a lot of sulfuric acid. You know, if I needed 5 gallons for my desalination equipment, but 239 gallons or whatever it is to burn. Yeah.
That's a lot.
To get rid of bodies.
Kind of hard to think of any other use for acid, just in general. Right?
Immediately,
So
you think.
Immediately.
Yeah. The other orders, were they that large? Because here's the other thing. I mean, how long has it been killing people? How long have they been boiling bodies to get rid of them? I mean, if you do have, for lack of better words, let's call it a service, where you allow rich people from foreign governments or whatever, you set it up. I can give you whatever you want. Right. Like what I want to do is
As we peel back the layers of what goes on in Hollywood, we see that another person that the industry labeled as crazy was Jim Carrey. After winning dozens of awards, including multiple Golden Globe nominations, Jim Carrey became disillusioned by Hollywood and started exposing the elites for who they really were. He called the entire industry meaningless.
Is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're celebrating.
You got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in
boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with.
That's
it's like
Jim Carrey.
Icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry? You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut it down now. Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself. And I don't care.
But Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I didn't.
Was that an
get dressed
accident?
up. I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
We're not here. This is a dream?
There's just things happening. And there are clusters of tetrahedrons moving around together.
Okay.
Yeah.
In case you needed any more convincing that the billionaires working with Hollywood were compromised, Lex Wexner's attorney was caught on a hot mic telling him how, "We will freaking kill you if he answers a question." Many people assumed Wexner was at the top of the food chain, but this shows he's not.
A good idea. We ought to have an inventory. Then there was I hired a lady to be like the house manager who had run the U.S. Embassy in Rome, and said, "Yeah, I know how to do this." And I said, "Well, why don't we keep inventories of stuff?" And she said, "Well, yeah, I could do that." So she did that. That's kind of a puny example, but I wouldn't have had the idea. But then all the things were inventoried. That wasn't work for me or Jeffrey. It was just regularly done.
And he just whispered in his ear, "I will you if you answer another question with more than 5 words." Now, Wexner was Jeffrey Epstein's right-hand man. They were always folded together. Come on.
Answer the question. Okay.
Wendy Williams is trying to escape her conservatorship now. She claims that she's being held against her will. One tweet about the situation reads, "Wendy Williams built an empire, and now she's trapped in a system that's failing her." Guardianship abuse is real, and no one deserves to be stripped of their freedom like this.
So, our recent events have been unbelievable. Talk about it.
We came back from dinner, and apparently police were called. But I was told that at some point, police were called because the coterie here was saying allegedly that I took my aunt from this facility and whisked her away without any sort of confirmation or approval, which according to everything that we have learned in terms of this whole situation, wondering exactly how that correlates with the statements that the Guardian has made that Wendy is able to come and go as she pleases,
right,
and that there are no family visits that are blocked.
Clearly, they are lying to me when they say I can go out and do what I want to do. This is my niece, Alex. She just flew in from Miami, okay? I just came from the hospital. So we are going out to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate what? I don't know. I'm from the hospital. You know what I'm saying? And of life.
Now the question becomes, if voices like Wendy's were pushed aside for years, how many others were silenced before anyone started paying attention? What do you think is really going on behind the scenes in Hollywood? Let me know what you think in the comments below.
And shout out Peeper, that was a great breakdown. They are definitely silencing Wendy Williams, and it's beyond disgusting. It's beyond disgusting. Y'all drop it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. Wendy was outspoken, and when she was outspoken towards Diddy, it always felt like she was teetering on the line, like she was flying too close to the sun. But she was very courageous in the things that she would say. Yes, sometimes it was messy, but she would actually speak on a lot of things that ended up being true, and a lot of things that we found out in the Epstein files. So also, I'll be doing another breakdown on the Zorro Ranch. I see y'all in the comments. I'm in them comments, so I always say comment, comment, comment. I'm going to be in those comments. The Zorro Ranch is something that's popped up in the comments more than once. I'm going to do a breakdown on the Zorro Ranch as they're actually combing the residents, looking for anything that could be in the ground. Because in the emails, it was saying just bury it in the ground, which is more than weird. And ordering the sulfuric acid the day after he got arrested was more than weird also. So we're going to be doing more breakdowns on that. This is the More G Reacts channel. Make sure y'all hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. We need that hype button over here. Some weird things were happening over on the other channel. So we're going to actually drop content, daily consistent content on this channel. Also, we're also going to drop daily consistent content on the main channel, but we just want to actually keep this train going, keep this truth train going, and we just don't want to be derailed. So we're going to do both. All right. So if anybody told you they love y'all, you know I love y'all. I'm going to drop another video. It's going to be right here. Make sure y'all click this video right here. I'm going to catch y'all in this video. I'm out, y'all.